Okay, and so like seems like Satan had an issue, so I had to set up a new live. I was using my laptop to do the video, but now I'm gonna use my phone. Okay, so let's get back to it. Back to the to uh, to the combating hate act. Okay, and I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna read back into it. Uh, just for those that are coming in. Okay, but first and foremost, I like to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kodash. Double honors to my teachers, the elder apostles, and elder bishops of Great Millstone, teaching and ruling well. Peace, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect. All right. So again, the Combating Hate Act, which was formerly known as Bill C9. Okay, so it goes. It says here it's a federal law amending Canada's criminal code to strengthen, so like a protection against hate motivated crimes, intimidation, and propaganda. Okay, it will come into force in July 18 of 2026, which means that it's going to be officially a law in less than a month. Okay, which means what? What is the, if you read between the line, what is this bill? What is this law really going against? It's going against the ministry of the prophets, and we know that because again, it's all part of the Lord's will. Okay, to bring an end to the ministry of the prophets. Why? Because the doors of repentance are closing day in and day out. Okay, and where it says where there is no vision, the people perish. Okay, so this is the time for you to get this word, to get fed. Okay, to get the sincere milk, to get acquainted with Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai before the evils come. Because when the Lord removes his prophets and that he starts bringing judgment upon the earth, if you are not instructed in the ways of righteousness, if you, it says what, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. If you do not possess that said wisdom or that said knowledge, you'll be left stranded. Okay. So again, let me bring out a few precepts. Let me start with famine of the word. It says here in Amos 8 and 11, behold, the days come, and we are coming into those days, man, said the Lord power, that I will send a famine in the land. So again, the Lord is sending the famine. Not a famine of bread, nor a thirst of water, which the Lord will also bring that. Okay, he's going to bring a famine, death, pestilence. Okay, but this is not speaking of that. It's speaking of what? But of hearing the words of the Lord. Okay, and who has the real words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua? It's the prophets. And the bill and that law, okay, combating hate act will enable the prophets to go out there in the highways and byways, lest they get criminalized and penalized, okay, for pushing forth the words of prophecy, the intentions of the Lord, to promote righteousness and to condemn evil, wickedness, anything that is against the ways of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay, it says what? Let me finish this. And they shall wander from sea to sea, and from the north even unto the west. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord, and shall not find it. They will not find it because again, the Lord is going to change the spirit. We're going into a different scene of the movie we call life. Okay, where now you're now if as it says pertaining to the foolish virgins, go to those that buy. Okay, lest there's not enough for us. Okay, this knowledge, this truth, this understanding is what's going to promote you unto deliverance. It says to make your calling and election sure. Okay, those that are in the truth, those that are in the know, they're striving to seek for the Lord, to seek for salvation, because we understand that the Lord is bringing evils, and it's solely through Him that you're going to be delivered. Okay, if the Lord doesn't set a hedge of protection, set up a tawab, okay, the mark of exemption upon you, because you're speaking against the ways of this world, because you're in opposition with the ways of this world, you'll be defeated, man. The Lord will leave you to drown in judgment, okay, with the rest of the heathen, with the rest of the wicked, man. Okay, you see, the only way that you will be defended in the times of evil is if the Lord is with you, okay, and that He has found you worthy of that said protection. Salakia. So it says here, It says here in Isaiah 29, and I'll start at 20, and it reads, "For the terrible one is brought to naught." Okay, Esau, Edom, this wicked kingdom, okay, it's come to naught. There is an end. The triumphing of the wicked is short. Okay, the devil knows that he has but a short time. Okay, and the scorner is consumed. Those that mocked, okay, those that pointed the finger, those that disregarded the words of the warning of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai pertaining to the evils that the Lord was about to bring on this earth. Okay, and all that watch for iniquity are cut off. All those that had pleasure in this life, all those that lived in all those that live in pleasure, all those that lighten themselves in the ways of wickedness rather than to turn to righteousness. Okay, they are cut off, meaning what? Deleted. Okay, come face to face with judgment. Okay, and they will not escape it. Okay, because it says um, the day of the Lord will come as a woman in travail, and the people that are in the world, they will not escape. Okay, when it's time for that woman to deliver that child, she can't hold it back. When the water breaks, that child has to come out, and that's the same way that these people are going to be found uh, without protection in the days of judgment. They will have to fall into that judgment head on, head first, man. Okay? It says here, verse 21, that make a man an offender for a word and lay a snare for him that reprove it in the gates. Why? Because they hate him that reprove it at the gate. That bill is really a proof of the hatred that they have for the words of Yahweh Hashem El Shai, for the hate that they have for his prophets, his servants, those that follow after righteousness, but the Lord himself. Okay, because they want the words of Yahweh Hashem El Shai to cease. Okay, but again, there's a line. Okay, there is a line, and the Lord is going to set that. It's going to be evident. Okay, pertaining to salvation and pertaining to judgment. Who was serving the Lord in his time on this earth, and who was serving his own flesh, his own desires, his own ambitions. Okay, the Lord is going to make it manifest. Okay, so again, that make a man an offender for a word of righteousness, and that lay a snare. What is that snare? Is that combating hate act. Okay, so now you speak against evil, you become demonized. Okay, you become an offender for a word. You're speaking the truth. Then again, it says, "What do you hate me now because I tell you the truth?" Yes, they will hate you because you're telling them the ways of Yahweh Bashem Yal Shai. And again, it's deeper than just hating you. It's the spirit that you come from. Okay, they hate. Yahweh Shai said, "What they hate you because they hate me." Okay, they hated me first. Okay, and Yahweh Shai had a perfect walk, and they ended up crucifying him, man. Okay, because this world of that is covered in gross darkness has nothing to do with Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and that's why Yahweh has to come and eliminate, and rather bring great judgment to place the fear of the Lord in this world, man, which is greatly missing. Okay, so again, that make a man an offender for a word, and lay a snare for him that reprove it at the gate, that turn aside the just for a thing of naught. Okay, so that is the intention of this combating hate act, of this law that they bring into pass, that will come to pass in power and force in the next few days, man. In the what 3 weeks, man. Okay, so it says here, what is the purpose of this act? Okay, it says here, let me see. Let me see the purpose of this act. Let me ask the question to ChatGPT. Okay, so let's ask the demon, what is the purpose of this act? The primary purpose of combating hate act is to strengthen legal protection for the vulnerable communities by giving law enforcement and the courts better tools to punish hate motivated crimes and propaganda. Okay, protecting ancestral community space, denouncing symbols of terror and hate. Okay, what could be a synonymous of symbols of terror and hate? That symbol, that picture that we have of Jesus with the devil horns. Okay, they could characterize that as hate and intimidation. Okay, it says here, simplifying the legal process. It removes bureaucracy hurdles, allowing allowing police allowing police to charge individuals for hate propaganda without needing prior approval from a general. So they're cutting corners, and it makes it easier to persecute the prophets, man. Okay, legal clarity. Okay, it says here increasing accountability. It assures that any crime motivated by hate faces distinct harsher penalties that than underlining crime alone. Okay, let's see what would be considered hate, because hate is ambiguous, man. The word hate, what would that bill considered hate? And it's ambiguous in a sense, so they can put everything in a broader spectrum. If you speak against anything that is for this wicked world, it would be considered hate. The what would I say? The language that they use, okay, pertaining to that quote unquote hate is they're doing it on purpose so that they can put anyone that goes against the kingdom, the system that they're trying to implement, would be considered a hate crime. To speak against this evil kingdom would be a hate crime. Just as when they did pertaining to the statue of Nebuchadnezzar, the statue that or when they heard the music, they had to worship. Okay, they set it up so that if you don't worship, you end up being put to death. Okay, if you don't bow down when you hear the music, you're being put to death, man. That's basically the same thing. Okay, it's they're doing it on purpose. It says here under the Combating Hate Act, hatred is defined legally as an emotion of an intense and extreme nature that is clearly associated with vilification and detestation. Okay, so if you hate the Levitical community, okay, you speak against the Levitical community. If you speak against adultery, if you speak against feminism, okay, if you speak against the ways of this world, okay, with again, the Lord promotes hatred. Okay, the Lord controls both sides. Okay, and again, what does it mean to fear the Lord? To fear the Lord is to hate evil. Okay, so the fact that you're fearing the Lord, in a sense, you're a criminal. That's what they're trying to say. If you fear the Lord, you're a criminal. Okay, if you're rebuking, you're a criminal. If you're pushing righteousness on this earth, you're a criminal. And again, what did Yahushua died in the midst of criminals, man. But he was resurrected, man. Okay, but Yahushua was put to death around criminals, but what? For telling the truth, for being against this world. Yahushua was killed, was crucified in the midst of criminals, man. Okay, so don't be surprised that this is the direction that this evil world is going to, man. Okay. So again, remember they're seeking to make us an offender for a word, for this words that we're speaking, man. Okay. It says here. It says here in Proverbs 8 and 13, the fear of the Lord is to hate evil, pride and arrogance, and the evil way and the perverted mouth. I hate. Okay? To hate evil is to fear the Lord. To abstain from evil is understanding. Okay? And the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the Lord loves only those that walk with wisdom, that dwell with wisdom. So in order for you to be wise and to be loved of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you have to hate. You have to hate evil in any ways that are against the ways of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. Anything that is contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments and the laws of faith, you have to be against it. Okay? It's necessary for you to, in order to be found worthy of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, you have to hate. You have to be able to hate. Okay? The Lord is the power of balance. You can't just be love all the time. Okay? The woman commits adultery, you still gotta love her. No, man. Okay, you know, in this side you can't put her to death. Okay, but you can still she can still be dead to you. Okay, in the sense how they say in the world, you're dead to me. Okay, you don't talk to her anymore, you forsake her, and then you move on with your life, man, and you allow the Lord to judge her. Okay, that you separating yourself from an adulterous woman, or a woman that has a husband, that's in a sense you uh, putting her to death spiritually, man. Okay? There's ways for us to still enact the laws of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in righteousness on this side, man. But you just have to use your head, man. Okay? You see? So this is this is what this act is bringing, man. Okay? To protect liars, to protect those that love evil. Okay? But again, this is all for the demonization of the ministry of the prophets in order to bring an end, in order to bring the famine of the word to pass. Okay, but again, all this is the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, so that we can go to the next scene of the movie we call life. Okay, from one glory unto another. Okay, and this is the time that we're coming into. So prepare yourself, man, mentally. Okay, and this is the time for you to go even harder for the truth. Okay, the time that we have, man, because we're coming to an end. Salvation is nearer than we believe, man. Okay, salvation is nearer than we believe. Yahweh Shai is on his way, man. Okay, so you should dig deep. Okay, you should be more invested, more immersed in the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, because this could be the difference between life and death in the days that we're coming into, man. Okay, so this was a quick lesson, straight to the point. Lord willing, this was edifying. Okay, this is the Bill C9, now named the Combating Hate Act, which has passed which has received royal assent. Okay, which means that it is a law. Okay, and will come into power, meaning that it will be they will be able to apply those laws starting in July 18, 2026. Okay, so let's see. I just want to end up with this. What is the consequence? Okay, consequences for breaking this law. It says here the consequence for breaking the Combating Hate Act varies depending on the specific offense, ranging from heavy fines to maximum prison sentence of 10 to 14 years. Okay, 14 years, publicly inciting or willfully promoting hatred against an identifiable group. Okay, you speak against the so-called Ish people. Okay, the you wish you were Israelite. Okay, you speak against the you wish you were Israelite group. Okay, you could go to prison for 14 years, man. Okay, because we know that they're not the people of the Lord. Okay, the kibbutz people. Okay, the small hats. You speak against them. Hey, you might go to jail directly, man. Okay, you go to jail for 10 years, intimidating individuals, blocking access or obstructing people at schools, daycare, community centers, or places of worship. It carries a penalty of 10 years. Okay, so if you're in the way, or if you're prophesying close to a church, or if you're stopping people for going to their place of worship, community center, whatsoever, whatever, okay, you might get 10 years, man. Okay, it says here 2 years publicly displaying prohibited hate signs, okay, such as a Nazi, swastika, SS bolt, a noose, or terrorist imagery to promote hatred, carries a maximum penalty of 2 years. So just for having, like I mentioned, the image of Jebus with the devil horns, you might go to jail for 2 years, man. Okay, but again, that's all part of the scriptures, man. Some of us will be martyrs. Some of us will be cast in jail for 10 days. Okay, that could be 10 days. That could be 2 years. That could be 14 years. Okay, Lord willing, the Lord speeds the time, and it's not really 14 years. But again, that persecution is for the elect, and it's for the righteous. It's for those that push the words of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay. It says here additional legal penalties, separated charges, committing any criminal offense such as assault or property damage motivated by bias, even all these things, assault or property damage. We don't deal with that stuff, man. Not in Great Millstone. We don't promote for you to go destroy property, okay, or to attack people, okay. But we'll defend ourselves. You come with that energy. Okay, you try to fight us. We ain't no bitch, man. Okay, you try to put your hand on us, man. We'll fight back, man. Okay, okay. So don't think that we some punks, man. That you could just step in while we're prophesying, that you can push us around and we won't do nothing, man. Don't worry, man. Okay, we'll fight back, man. We'll defend ourselves, man. Okay, so don't try anything stupid, man. Okay, but we again, like Gucci Mane said, I'm a killer, but I don't promote violence. You see. Don't try us, man. Okay. It says here, a seizure of material. Courts can order the seizure and forfeit of hate propaganda materials, okay, including physical or digital equipment used to produce them. So they can come and take your laptop, take your phone, take your Bible, okay, because you're using that to rebuke, okay, to make videos, okay. You see, they can just take that, seize your shit, okay. It says here summary conviction options for less severe or first time offenses. Prosecutors can choose to pursue summary convictions, less serious charges which carry a shorter jail term or up to 2 years or less a day 2 years less a day and fines up to $5,000. So you're still going to jail, regardless. You're going to jail. Okay, so Isa Edom wants to put the prophets in jail. Isa Edom wants to put an end to this ministry, but it's all the plan of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. And we'll be martyrs for the Lord, man. Okay, we'll be martyrs for the Lord. We'll go to jail for the Lord. Okay, and that will only solidify, okay, our position as being servants of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, and we'll bear the marks. We'll bear the suffering. We'll bear the shame, knowing that the Lord has a great reward for us, man. We count us happy that we can suffer for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua in the times that we're in, so close to our deliverance, man. Okay, so that being said, keep an eye out. Okay, this bill, this law, okay, which has again this law amending the criminal code, the Combating Hate Act, previously known as the Bill C9, okay, has obtained royal assent, okay, in Canada. So if you're a prophet in Canada, watch out, man, because July 18, okay, these demons will come down with great wrath, okay, and they'll make war with those that keep the commandments of Yahweh Shem Shai. So so now we're waiting for the order, man. Okay, anytime now we can receive an order to end the ministry of the prophets. Okay, and then knowing that, we have to get serious. This is the time for us to get serious. All right. So Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to give our honor, praises, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kodash. Until next lesson, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom. It's not closing. And come on. YouTube is bugging.